Right, guys. In the bottom right side of the map, we're going to kickstart this best of 5 off with a TVP. Terran player in the bottom right is going to be Clem. And the top left, our red Protoss, is going to be herO. As we get into this best of 5 series, we get this underway, and we look to see what's going to happen as we start this off. So, away we go. Opening game, and already we have some fun stuff going on as Clem pops the barracks down into the background there. So he's going to put a barracks into the back of the natural of herO. As we get set up, we'll see where we take this, what we're going to do, and how things are going to go. And let's just have ourselves the Reaper going to pop out. Nexus is coming through. Cybercore coming online as well. It's just going to get a little bit of that all going for a few moments. And like I say, we'll see where the next few moments really does take us. Obviously with this forward Reaper, gonna pop straight through. The Reaper's gonna run straight into the natural there just for a couple of moments, so running straight by. We'll begin to do a little bit of dancing. 2 probes initially, make it free. And it looks like that bunker's gonna get up as well, which means that Reaper can maintain position on the natural for a while. Don't see that much bunkered up Reaper plays in the matchup anymore. I think it's just the change of the bunker not being salvageable. So, yeah, we don't see that as much, but that's going to be nice. You can also build a Marine from here and rally that into the bunker very easily. Instead, we are going to see a third Reaper actually being built. So, going after this pylon, and here we're actually in a little bit of trouble, I think. Couple of quick grenades, force the Stalkers back. We have finish that pylon off. And yeah, third Stalker shows up. Reaper number 3 is about to jump in the bunker as well. Now this is just difficult without a battery. Your Stalkers are low. They take a lot of damage. 4th Stalker shows up. Clem builds a 4th Reaper. Cyclone on the way from Clem as well is coming across the map to try and aid in this current situation. I mean, good micro from herO not to lose a Stalker so far, but now with 4 Reapers in this bunker, this is tough, and the bunker's just getting repaired up again. It's kind of the problem. Now the Cyclone shows up too, and now that's an issue. You can't really deal with the Cyclone right now. Cyclone's going to get 1 Stalker. 4 Reapers back in the bunker. The Nexus is taking damage. I think this game just propels into a GG. I don't think anything else really happens from here. I think this just propels into a GG, and yeah, I don't think you recover from this as herO. This is just very difficult to recover from straight up. And now the Reaper gonna show up. He's gonna pull all these probes to try and save the day. My goodness. Cyclone does waste its lock-on onto a probe as we start to try and target down some of these Stalkers. Another Cyclone shows up. There's a lot of probes up for grabs. I mean, gonna kill another Stalker there. The Reaper's gonna go into the main base. 9 workers dead. Cyclone will micro backwards. I think we've got enough Reapers we can kind of just chase the Stalkers even. Reapers are low HP is the issue, so they're easily taken down. But yeah, he's gonna get both the Stalkers. The Cyclone lives as well. And so we probably don't save the Nexus after all of that. Clem will just Reaper proxy bunker rush his way to a game 1 victory. I don't know why herO never tried to make a battery. This is why you make a battery, because without a battery, it just becomes too much of an issue, especially with the nearby barracks reinforcing so easily. I don't know why he's got 2 observers either. I just don't know what the plan really was here from herO. This just feels like it's all falling apart. GG's. I mean, I see all the discussion in the chat, guys, like, you just build a battery. Terrans have done this opener for years. And I can probably count on one hand, without even using all my fingers, the amount of times it just straight up wins a game like this. You just build a battery, your stalkers never have to back away, you can eventually out-DPS the bunker being repaired, and then you never lose any stalkers and the game just goes on. Like, this is not a question of balance, this is not a question of this is stupid, this is a question of why didn't herO do the thing that many, many players, including himself, have done many a time in this situation. Usually this gets out of control if you build the battery, and then the battery gets taken down because the battery's in range of the bunker. Worst case, you build a battery and a second pylon to keep that battery powered. Like, that should be the worst case scenario in this situation. And the reason, and this build is actually worse for Terran than it used to be, because in the past you would always be able to guarantee salvage the bunker. Now you can't ever salvage the bunker because it gets cancelled from salvaging when it takes damage, so you should never get the salvage off. So yeah, I just a silly situation. I just think herO misplayed against it. I mean, don't think Clem expected it to go that way from that situation either, but the moment you don't, like I say, you just don't build a battery, you're going to put yourself in a freaking difficult position. So yeah, rough ending, but I feel like you can only really blame herO on that one. And he has reduced stalker build time. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if he's like, no one does this anymore. I wonder if I can get away with not building a battery because I have reduced stalker build time. I wonder if that was his logic going into that defense. That would probably make the most sense, right? That actually explains a lot of it to me. I can get behind his decision if he's just a bit out of practice against that build. And then he's just like, I think I can hold it with just stalker production. I can get behind it then. Then it doesn't seem quite as silly, because the stalkers have been improved as well, so... yeah. As the Reaper shows up here, we'll dance around a little bit early. Reaper comes running around the bottom, blink on the way up, gateways in production. We had a robot facility onto that as well. You saw those stalkers flickering in the production tab? That's because one's warping in and one's still building off a gateway, I believe. Or one was a slow warp and one was a fast warp, one of the two. Has that weird flicker for a few moments where they like take over each other and how far, which one's further along. Warp Prism will be chrono boosting. Stalker comes out, chases the Reaper. Reaper hops straight up into that Stalker. Will now go down. Oh, nice Widow Mine. That's a Stalker early. That's a good defense anyway, but yeah, obviously Stalker shouldn't be dying here. Widow Mine just catching herO off guard, not paying attention as he comes across the map, ready to apply pressure. Stalker's going to go for the blink straight on top of this. Raven drops an auto turret to help the defense. SCV's pulled to try and repair. It's a very, very brave blink this time. Blinks in again. Widowmine will get killed. SCV's failed to repair the bunker. Nice micro from Clem. Now Clem has to pull back a little bit. herO will make some pressure, and he will make some progress while Clem is trying to get to those upgrades. Sim and Combat Shield make a big difference, but if you lose a lot of units before those upgrades are ready, then obviously that's not ideal. And that's going to be what happens. Sim's going to finish now. I thought we might get a couple more Marines there. Medevac's out as well. There'll be another helping hand toward Clem. Clem's factory has actually gone to a reactor, which means he can only build mines right now rather than additional tanks. But with the stim and so being done, I actually think that's probably going to turn out to be just about okay anyways. So that's probably not so bad, all things said and done. Clem lives is a vast improvement on some of the defense we've seen against Blink Stalkers today. Clem really is just one of the very best right now, just defending Stalkers. He has to be, because otherwise he would never win against Max Packs. It is almost like a cheat code that those two played against each other so much over the last year or so. The level at which those two together brought the Blink Stalker attacks and defenses is pretty insane. Drop a little recall down. Medevac's through the bottom side here from Clem. Will aim for a drop. The Raven in position to harass as well. Stalkers poised themselves to move on forward. A couple of Zards are going to charge on up. Fire will fly. We're just going to be seeing the bio dropping into the main base. A few units unloading. Stalker goes down. We are going to see the Stalkers going to make the distance onto the siege tank here. A couple of Zelds are going to get chased back as well. Target down a pylon in the main base. That's going to depower a couple of structures. Zeld's going down. Colossus is going to get chased forward as well. At Colossus. It's relifted into the prism to save itself. Now it comes back down and goes down. You just can't win games if you're going to be losing tech units like that. Another Colossus spawning soon. Clem's attacking the main base, taking way too long to be cleaned up. I'm going to drop to the third base. The Colossus will run over to try and help. Have a lot of units from Clem going to hit the bottom side of the map now, and there's going to be a fourth base from herO. I imagine just gets cancelled. He blinks in to defend these medevacs, which means, yeah, this base is cancelled. And that means you're without a fourth base, which obviously in the grand scheme of things for herO is really less than ideal, and he's going to be now struggling to stay in this, I would say. Like, he's actually going to be able to chase a little bit, and let's see if he can get a good amount of units, because if he can get a good few units here, maybe this isn't all so bad. I mean, maybe actually herO just has a counterattack to victory possibility. Because Clem is trailing a few units. He lost a lot of units. He loses a few on the retreat, but reinforcements are high in numbers. It's a few more pros with this drop as well. Now we could, and now you have to rebuild a Robo Bay and Robo facility. Obviously, losing the Robo Bay is brutal. You got no range on the Colossus. You can't build more Colossus straight away. I think herO's chance was to chase down that army, get a few more kills, and actually just keep the momentum going into Clem's base. Turning around and stopping to build a Robo Bay right now would not be ideal. Stalker's trade, and we'll see another Widowmine shot going off, another Stalker going down, Guardian Shield pops up. Zelds in the main base is nice. Clem's actually down on supply. Zelds in the third as well. Okay, good moment. herO pushes this back, and herO is going to stay alive in this game, keeps this going. And Clem is going to leave the game without any further things happening. Just Zelds going completely uncontested across his mineral lines and being chased by a major army. And herO is going to swing it to a victory, and we go 1-1. As I wasn't quite sure about the moment of leaving, but I wasn't ready for him to leave the game, I guess, to say the least. Hang on. Talked for a lot, didn't I? So Clem leaves here. He leaves right here. Zeld's in the main. No way to deal with it. His army in the medevacs. A medevac over here doing nothing. An army here cleaning up the zealots. It's an interesting time to leave. I'm surprised he leaves in that bottom right-hand side and grabbing the victory. It is going to be our Red Pros player, herO. And in the top left, our Blue Terran player from Team Liquid is Clem. I thought Clem would at least try and defend the attack coming across the map, but obviously his main base getting ransacked and reinforcements being killed is not ideal. So, I kind of get it. I actually think it would have gone badly for him. I just, surprised he didn't try, you know? A little longer. King's Cove for our third map, obviously a big one. I'll ask TV and Probe will fight for a couple of moments here. Probe trying to put some work in. Next is the Cyber Core coming through. Assimilating the pylon coming up as well. Next comes up on the natural. Reaper goes scouting. Met by the Adept in the Shade. You'll not be able to get deep enough to see the Stargate that's on the way up. So we'll just back it up and Factory swaps the reactor probe. Is allowed in. I mean, I guess this probe just wants to sit here until it spots what comes out of the factory. Can the Reaper get home in time to deny the probe scouting the Hellions? No, Hellions are spotted. That's actually quite a nice scout from herO then. Reaper very nearly got there. 2 more Hellions will start. Clem proxying the starport, but now here's a little bit ahead of knowing what's up, and he's going into the Phoenix defensively. Phoenix is nice because it can obviously poke away at the medevac over time. You can also lift up a couple of the Hellions and kind of take away their damage output at key moments as well. Factory swaps to the tech lab, racks to the reactor, Marines and a siege tank on the way up. Hellions will load. We are going to go boosting toward the main base. Phoenix are going to continue to patrol around. The Hellions will begin to drop off. Three workers going down already, make it 4. Depth's going to drop down again. A couple of these Hellions still taking damage. 6 workers go down. Reaper and the Natural going to make it 7. Not a bad start for Clem. Obviously everything dies, but 7 probes is decent. It's like 7 probes on this commitment of the proxy starport is like good, but the Protoss player isn't dead. You know, it's that good in between where we actually still have a game coming out of this. The Phoenix are going to go across the map now as well. So yeah, herO will have some opportunities, and I'm not, she's not going to have too much. I mean, I guess the siege tank will help a lot. Steps will try to commit here. I don't like that at all. Phoenix going to lift up a Cyclone. The Adept's not taking damage off the tank right now, so I guess this is working. A very awkward position. I mean, we're going to get rid of most of the Marines. Tank will unseat to try and help out, but now the Phoenix can lift up the tank as well. The Devs will continue to go after SCVs. What a call by herO to attack this position. At first I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like it. Like, I thought there was potential, but the way he did it, I wasn't sure, but no. She works wonders. Problem is the Phoenix are out of energy, so this should be the end of that onslaught. And Clem will stabilize, but only after losing 10 SCVs. Adepts in the main base going to make it 12. And that will be that. A fresh mule goes down to the Phoenix as well. Viking spawns out, is going to live. But herO puts himself in a stellar position. 15 worker lead. And obviously stars the Phoenix on the map. Try and forge on the way up for the next stage of the tech. Damn, there you go. herO popping off a little bit here. After this series is taking a turn in that game too. Now we have herO looking good in a game 3, and maybe looking to take this on to match point for himself. There's so many Phoenix, man. We'll lose one, though. 2? Just doesn't have enough. Brutal. Brutal. I mean, 20 worker lead now, charge +1, Temple Archives. There's a moment in this game where hero's just going to attack, and he's going to be so overwhelming. Get rid of that hallucination. Army down through the center. Like, shots go off. The Phoenix will take some hits again. Zealot's going to try and commit. We are going to lose the sentry. Some SCVs pull into this. I mean, there's just no... Zealots are so good against this kind of an army. There is just no way. GG. And that is going to be 2-1. And herO is going to take a lead in the best of 5. A build, or is it herO tomfoolery? I think it's a response to what Clem did. He was just going Phoenix, and because Clem went for the Hellion drop and he cleans up everything, you can then just go across the map. Because you've cleaned up everything, the Phoenix are in good enough numbers to actually go and, you know, lift up key units, and then the Adepts are pretty powerful if some of the key defensive units are taken down. So yeah, it's just a decision based on the situation. Ellie is just saying, I'm so good, give me food. I know, she's sitting great, but she's already had a lot. I can't give her any more. She's not really meant to be having non-dog food right now anyways, because she's got some bad teeth and stuff. She was in the vets last week for it. That's why I had to take a day off on Monday and stuff. She doesn't even have bad teeth, she just has a little bit of gum inflammation, so I'm already breaking the rules by giving her some bread. Every time she eats, we're meant to rinse her mouth out with this solution. She hates it. She absolutely hates it. We're like, Ellie, here, you know, come And then she sees the ball and she's like, nope, I'm running the hell away. Yeah, she has toothpaste, which is like poultry flavored, but this is for like, it's not meant to be brushing her teeth, it's for like actually like rinsing her gums off. She's not a fan. She likes the toothpaste, she doesn't like the rinsing. So yeah, it's been a fun week trying to rinse her mouth out. Need bacon flavored mouthwash. The problem is she's not meant to ingest this one. So if you make it tasty, she'll probably try and drink it off her mouth, right? Grew up in the center, chilling on the watchtower. How did I get money for all these tournaments? Just take it from the ad revenue and the subscribers and the Patreon page. It's all community supported. It's all just money we get off the stream. All of it helps. Whether you sub, whether you donate, whether you watch the stream when we're doing sponsored content, whether you play one of those little mobile games and get to level 10 or whatever you have to do when we're doing those ones, you know. All of it combines to being able to put tournaments on. They ain't some magic hack or some like sneaky trick or anything like that. Like, it's just from my stream income. But am I actually gonna get a great burrow? What a not burrow, but burrow. What a great position. Kills the stalker having to come up the ramp. We're still going to get probes from this as well, so not only do you have to give up a Stalker to potentially defend, you lose a bunch of probes anyway. Now the Reaper Helling and the Natural going to make it even more. 8 workers go down. Beautiful opening harassment from Clem. That Widowmine just cost so much for herO right away. Losing that Stalker, then being out of position. A really good opening from Clem. Diverse revenue streams. Yeah, I think there is something to be said about being okay with selling out. At the end of the day, like, I don't have as many subs as some of the other StarCraft streamers and stuff. But I feel like while we don't do anything necessarily the best, we do a bit of everything, right? Like, we do take the sponsors, we do run ads, we do have some subs, we do have a Patreon, we do have a fairly successful YouTube channel. You know, it adds up. herO's gonna send it here. Oh. Depths unloading from the Prism as he commits to the main base. Warping his Stalkers comes through. Clem tries to get a siege tank further set up. He will get quite a few SCVs, but those Stalkers are stuck in the Liberator Siege is an undefended natural. Bunch of probes going down there. I think we are on our way to game 5 because Clem obviously did a lot already, and herO loses everything in this process. GG. And there you go. Like, I don't even feel like Royal Match pushed you to spend money. I feel like that game was very good for a mobile sponsor. Oh, sorry, you said not unethical. My bad. I can't read. Yeah, I am. I didn't even... Yeah, a lot of people actually do think the mobile games are unethical, though. Yeah, unfortunately, this is where the money is. But I've never had like a gambling sponsorship. The only crypto sponsor we had was actually not even, it wasn't like a, hey, go buy this crypto coin. It was like a, here's a website where you can do stuff with your crypto. So if you already had crypto, you could do stuff with it on that website. It wasn't telling you to go buy crypto, you know, like, I think we've always stayed on a pretty good side of sponsors and stuff, to be fair. MOBA games are unethical? Yeah. What are you gonna about a rug pull us? We already had the StarCraft rug pull discussion yesterday. I'm gonna get you guys to all subscribe to the Patreon and subscribe, and then instead of running next month's tournament, I'm just gonna not run a tournament and I'm gonna run away with the $1,000. I was saying 10 years in the making, and here we go. $100 a year. It's huge. You buy a Wardy coin? Jesus. Rich beyond my wildest dreams. Amazing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, to make it clear as well, this all came from a comment about how do we fund tournaments. But this tournament was actually sponsored by a viewer that reached out and said, "Yo, I want to put some money in and run a tournament." And so here we are. We went back and forth, figured out a format. We invited the players he wanted to see. Some of them said no. A bunch of others said yes. So yeah, we put together a full tournament for him, and he sponsored this one completely. So this one's completely thanks to Andrew. Shout out Andrew. And yeah, this one is I mean, it's very tough for me to justify putting on like a $1,000 2-day event. It's hard to get a return on that one, but when people do awesome stuff like that, we can do it, and it's really nice because just having a 2-day tournament, everyone gets to play on the weekend. It's kind of nice for a change, you know. 5 pros go down. This Clem has great harassment opening this game again. The real rug pulls when WardiTV reveals Ellie isn't his dog, just a straight use for donos and subs. We don't even, you know, Ellie doesn't even make that much revenue. Guys, do you guys think Ellie's the only reason everyone's subbing? It's just not true. I did the math. Oh, yeah. If you win the lottery one day, we do a 100k tourney. Yeah. Me too, mate. If we all play the lottery and agree to run StarCraft 2 with the prize money, we would actually only have like a 1 in a million chance of it working instead of like a 1 in 100 million or whatever it is to win the lottery. And if that comes over, a couple of Widowmine's going to go into the main base as we are going to go and push across. Stalker fires, the medevac taking hits. Going to unload one. It's going to be one single probe. Oh, what a defense from herO. Exactly what he needed after the... yeah, exactly what he needed after the first push does so much damage already. Needs to take no damage off this mine drop, and he's able to do that. So, nicely done. It only takes 1 ticket to win? You're right. Okay. Twitch chat, I need one of you to nominate yourselves to buy a lottery ticket and to win the lottery for us. Okay? Just one though, because as we said, we only need 1 ticket to win. Stalker shooting, Marine's taking damage, SCVs. Producing 3 stills, Stimpack on the way up. Could a mechanical dog lick its own butt +1 to Ellie? Yeah, I think Ellie might be real, based on that. I can confirm that does happen. Sugar Deets on the 75-month resub. Stim coming through, charges on the way. And put a Forge down as well. Had a Nexus. There's that Widowmine from before. He focuses the medevac. He's going to give up a probe. I don't hate it, though. I mean, made sure the medevac went down. Whereas if you target the Widowmine, you probably don't lose a probe, but then the medevac likely gets away. So I don't mind the choice from herO to get rid of that. Bunker will salvage. Stalkers gather up. Impact, combat shield +1. All of that's still coming through. +1 in charge on the way in as our Marines will push back against these Stalkers. My wonder for herO is because he lost so many of those probes so early in the game. Is there a world where you kind of still just don't have enough when Clem pushes out, or is that something you can control right now? Are these Stalkers sitting out here going to be good enough to kind of, you know, hold off this Terran army for a little bit longer at the very least? Tank shot, couple Stalkers blink over the sides. Marines are going to be there. The Observer pulls back. We'll sit on that low ground. Couple Marines taking damage. Reactor taking some hits. Observer continues to move one way then the other. Combat shield in there, concussive shells, the +1 attack still coming through. Army of Clem pushing through, and the Stalker's going to fight a couple of those Marines already going down. And third base already set up. Online strategy DK, thank you so much for the 30-month resub. Good to see you. Thanks for supporting. Keeping that sub active, appreciate it. Stalkers will get rid of the Raven here, no? No! No! My goodness, he gets so many shots. Raven push back, but I mean, I still like it a lot for here. I just don't know if he's got enough. I guess we'll be finding out fairly soon. Gonna knock a pylon down. The rest of the army gathering together. Extended thermal lance building, gates building. Then pushes over to the right. A couple of widow mines will burrow up. Stim grabbing a Stalker, grabbing a pylon there as well. Now the rest of this army from herO settling for the moment here. Get another pylon up on the top. The Nexus comes onto the 12 o'clock. Stalker's blink, gonna find one medevac. Good tank siege. The army from Clem just going to rotate back around into the center of the map again. Extended thermal lance finishing soon. The Vikings on the starport, the bio all gathering together. Bottom right side are zealots of herO. We make a play. We have a Stalker that blinks back in the center. Mine's just going to be pulling back. Again, a few more shots continuing through. Colossus will laser beam their way onto so much of that bio, and right on the other side we have Zealots arriving on the natural. Those are just Marauders in the bunker, which does not do too much to defend. Oh, we do out DPS the bunker, that's big. Vikings will have to land. I'm trying to poke at the front, but not getting that far, and we will lose a few SCVs to those Zealots, with the bunker now down too. Clem falling back. herO has defended successfully here across his 4 bases. And this game 5 continues. Can you avoid an anti-armor missile with blink? Yep, you just, it's, if the unit disappears, blink, it's like a projectile, it hits, but the units aren't there anymore. Bang bang. Well, wooden mine shots coming through, bio, Viking continues up, Stalkers retreat. Plus, and the Zealots gather together as well. A few more Zealots settle on the 6 o'clock. herO pulls back. Observer halfway done. We do have the Dark Shrine building from herO and the Natural as well. Got a 5th base amongst the rest of it. Clem's ready to go to his own 4th. Peeling across that right-hand side. So Prism going to try and take position. A couple of Zealots are going through immediately. Fire comes across. Vikings are going to be there. A couple of Zealots going down. We do have ourselves the army of Clem moving back in toward the center. Couple of Zealots going to come across. STV's going down. We do see the Bio just going to jump on the Nexus. Take that out. Pylon going down as well. The Vikings still going to fire. Do you get one Colossus here? Clem obviously in a good position. herO has those tanks he's going to have to take damage from as well as he fights into this. Second Colossus of this game now going down. But the Colossus are going to shoot at the siege tanks. Do we love that? Do we hate that? We're going to lose all the Colossus here. Disruptor shot. Oh, dives left and the Terran army split right. I think herO is going to push this back. 2-2 upgrades are going to help him a lot in this situation. I'm actually scared for Clem because chasing this down, herO knows there's nothing coming because the Observer's in a great position to see what's coming his way. Clem scans on top of this army as though he's like, wait, what? I think he was like, I think he didn't expect herO to truly be like chasing him. And he's like, the moment he saw herO keep chasing, he's like, oh, he knows he's safe. Right? And so he was like, maybe I can get the Observer as I came back, but the Observer was a bit too far forward. What a defense from herO. Now 180 supply to the 156. herO is on the verge of a game 5 here, but it's a close enough game. I don't think we should go get too excited yet. He's not going to commit in. He is going to take another base, though. I like that a lot. Comes back, cleans up that Widow Mine. He lost a lot of his key tech units. Has a few disruptors left. Anti-armor missile now fading. Might have been one of the reasons he did not want to commit in with that anti-armor missile active. herO now probably waits for 3-3. And he's going to have another upgrade lead in this game, which I think is something he was somewhat aware of before, most likely as well. It's just going to lift up. We back away. We just see good force fields coming through. Disruptors will force that Terran army back, but Clem was not going to get far enough away. herO is going to take it. He takes the game. And he takes the 3-2 victory in the upper bracket finals.